Hello, this video will review for faculty how to add others into your Brightspace by D2L course. Faculty have the ability to add others into their own D2L course shells, and this is done via the class list feature that I'll demo in just a second. It's important to decide before you add a person in what role they need to have within the course. So when a faculty member goes to enroll someone into the course, they have three options. They can choose the student role, the outside observer role, and the course copy instructor role. Faculty are not able to add a full instructor into the course. That would give that person the exact same access that the faculty member has. And so for security purposes, faculty are not able to do that. What they would need to do if another person needs to be an instructor in the course, they need to contact their dean, department head, and academic aide and ask for that person to be enrolled with instructor access to Banner, and then that person will automatically get enrolled into D2L with that role in the D2L next load. So they would need to go through Banner to have that instructor added, and then it will auto-populate into D2L, and that's the case of a full instructor role. Faculty also cannot delete other users out of their course. So once they add this person in, they're not able to delete them back out, and that is because there's just one delete option in D2L, and we don't want faculty accidentally deleting students who shouldn't be removed from the course. So let's talk about what each role can do specifically so that you'll be able to decide what role you need to enroll the person in as. So you have the option to choose the student role. This is the same role that is auto-populated from Banner that your students will automatically be enrolled in. This will mainly be used in cases where the instructor needs to re-enroll or re-add a student into their D2L course to be able to review and retrieve grades or classwork or things like that. So if a student drops the course, they will be removed from the course as they're removed from Banner. Once the D2L load happens, they'll be removed from D2L. That will mean that their grades, their student work, all of that goes with them when they are auto removed. If the student petitions to rejoin the class, the instructor might have to fill out some paperwork, and so they might need to know what their grade was when the last time they accessed it, all that information that went away when they were removed. So what they would need to do is temporarily re-add the student, look at that information, and then contact IT to have that student re-deleted out of the course because instructors can't remove students from the course. But that would mainly be used in case of petitions, things like that. The next option is the outside observer role, and this is going to be used for when you want someone or when a person is wanting to be able to view the class but not make any kind of edits to it. People who are enrolled with this, they can see the content and activities, but they cannot see the name of the students. It'll say anonymous users, and they cannot see grades. They can see student submissions and rubric feedback, however. And you would use this in cases of things like accreditation boards or course reviews. If you want to add in a certain person to review your course, you might use this particular role. The next option is the course copy instructor, and you would use this when you want to add in another faculty member to give them access to copy that course into their own course shells. So that's not something that you have to ask anyone to do for you. You can add them in and they can have the ability to copy that content out. This person is able to see content and activities. They cannot see the names of students. It'll say anonymous user, and they cannot see their grades. They are able to see student submissions of the assignments in the discussion area though. With this course copy instructor, they're able to copy content out of the course, but they cannot put new content into the course. So they cannot, in a sense, edit what's already there. They can only copy out what is there into another shell, and then at that point they can edit it once it's in their shell. They're not able to edit or delete current content or activities. Then we have the designer role, and it's important to note that this role has to be added by an admin. It cannot be added by a faculty member. So when you go to add in someone, you won't see the designer role as an option. It has to be added in by an admin, and that's because it has more access and ability to edit the course than the other roles. So we need to make sure someone doesn't accidentally get added in as that role. So the designer role is ideally used when a faculty member is co-designing taking a course with another instructor. Again, if they're going to be teaching the course with the instructor, they really need to be added as a full instructor role, and they need to be added in through Banner and then auto-populated in through D2L. So this is somebody who's just co-designing the course. This designer role gives the person the ability to add content and activities, so it's the only role that we've discussed that will actually let them contribute to the course. They can copy content out of the course, like the course copy instructor role, but they can also copy content into the course, so they can put content into the course as well as build new content. They can see student submissions. They're also able to see student grades because of the nature of the way the grade structure works. They have to be, if they're going to be building the grade book, they will also be able to see students' grades. They cannot see the names of the students. It'll still say anonymous user. They're not able to delete any content, and they're not able to grade students. They can see the students' grades that the instructor has put in, but they cannot grade the students themselves. So you can see that this is an elevated level of being able to edit the course. So that's why it cannot be added by an instructor. It has to be added by the designer. So those are your options for the different roles in D2L as of right now. So now I'll show you how to actually go in and add those people. To begin, you would need to log into the course as the instructor, and you would need to go to Tools and Resources and then Class List. From there, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see a list of who is in the course already, and you would be able to see what role that they have in the course. So then to add someone new, we'll come up to Add Participants and Add Existing Users. And then we would need to search the name of the person. From there, we would need to pick the person. If the person is already enrolled in the course, you'll see this listed here. User is already enrolled. And if you needed to change their role, maybe I accidentally enrolled them as this and I need them to be this, you can change their role there. But if it's someone who hasn't been enrolled, you won't see that icon, and you'll be able to check beside their name, and then you'll be able to choose whatever role they need. And remember, these are the 3 roles that you have access to add as a faculty member. A student is just a regular student. Course copy is for when a person is copying content out of the course, but they're not able to edit in any content within the course. And the outside observer is not able to edit anything. They're just able to look around and view. If you are needing the designer role, which is going to give them access to actually edit some content, or the full instructor role, you would need to contact IT for the designer role, and for the instructor role, you would need to speak to your dean and academic aide to get them added in Banner as an instructor, which will auto-enroll them into D2L in time to be an instructor. So we would choose whatever role that is, and then we would enroll selected users, and then you would get a confirmation that this person has been added. And if we go back and check, we'll now see in our class list that that person has been added with that particular role. And that's how you add other people into your D2L course based upon the specific role.